We've all watched pro players and probably wondered what exactly they're doing to keep up their pace. How is it that pro players seem to just play so much faster than us? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to go from playing like this to playing like this. This actually gets at one of the main misconceptions about what it means to play faster Rocket League. It's not actually about moving your car faster or using more boost. You could argue that it's actually about using less boost. Playing faster is actually just playing more precise or playing with more purpose, moving your car in such a way that it just makes more sense for what's happening in the game, if that makes sense. Rocket League is all about understanding potentials, potential scoring opportunities for you, for your team, for the other team, potential shots, potential passes, blocks. This is why, for example, lower ranked players look like they're playing slower and the whole pace of the game is slower. You'll see this a lot in, say, gold and plat ranks and obviously lower ranks. There is this rotation that's happening, but the players are often stopping because they're overestimating the ability of their opponents. So often a lower ranked player will be the farthest one back, but they're way too far back, like virtually sitting in their goal, while the ball is on the other side of the map. Whereas at higher ranks, players understand better how far up they can be, and they trust their ability to turn quickly and still be able to make a save or block the ball. The pace is slower when you as a player just don't have a full understanding of where it is you need to be, or of how far up you can be. So I just wanted to clarify that before we get into the actual drills and ideas behind playing faster Rocket League. It's not about gaining more speed when your car is moving down the field, it's about gaining a better understanding of where you should be moving your car. The first thing I want to show you guys is a drill that I'm guessing a lot of you have tried out. It's actually a way for people to deal with what people call the heavy car bug. A lot of players talk about this. That's where your car just feels slow and sluggish. And it obviously applies to that, but I think it really applies to this as well. It's a great way to warm up before you play. It gets you thinking about all the small movements that you can make to play faster, and obviously it just tricks your brain into getting used to this game speed. And then what happens is you jump into, a regular game speed match and everything feels super fast. So I found this to be really helpful when I'm playing and I just really feel like everybody is playing faster than me. So I'll just set up an exhibition match and jump in and just basically go hit the ball around just for a few minutes. You don't have to do it for a really long time. And obviously it gets kind of old after a while. It really does get your brain working the way you want it to work. Number 2 on my list is to practice recovery mechanics. So being able to use the various recovery mechanics is arguably the main difference between faster and slower players. At lower ranks, maybe it's learning to land solidly on the wall and on the ground with all 4 wheels, or making sure that you're landing with your car pointed in the right direction so that you don't kill all of your momentum. But at higher ranks, the difference comes down to 3 main skills: drifting, wave dashing, and half flipping. And there's tons of videos. I've made some videos as well on all of these things. But basically, if you can work on these 3 things, you'll be able to recover quickly. And once you've worked on it a little bit in free play, you'll kind of get an idea of what it takes, and you'll start to just do things in game, like things that you didn't really think you could do. They'll just happen. I know, it's kind of weird. Now, I've talked about blackout moments in regards to car control. These are the moments where you're trying to fly backwards or sideways, or you're trying to freestyle, and you just can't maneuver the car correctly, so you actually dive your car down into the ground and it just falls on its face. With recovering, this is when your car basically comes to a standstill, when you could have wave dashed or held drift to keep your momentum or done something to keep yourself going. And so the best way to get rid of these blackout moments, or to have less of them in game, is to go into free play and just do weird things with your car. Get yourself moving around and try to really get used to, for example, automatically hitting the drift button when your car goes flying in an awkward way to keep yourself moving. I think you'd be surprised how much high-level players are holding the drift button while they're just playing. It happens all the time. So this is a great drill, just go into free play and work on these 3 big things. Number 3 on my list is basically just working on your reaction time. Now, it's worth doing a reaction time test online to get a sense of where you are. These things can vary based on your computer. The average is around 200 to 250. So there's lots of IRL drills that you can do to improve your reaction time and to really work on your hand-eye coordination. It's tough to mimic this kind of thing in Rocket League, at least for training, but it's honestly enough to just have it it in the back of your mind when you're playing. It's not necessarily, the millisecond difference that really matters. The difference is you and where your head is. So a lot of times I'm just not focused on reacting quickly enough. I'm sort of playing lazy Rocket League, not really ready to pounce on any opportunity to get involved in a play. I'm just sort of driving around waiting for something to happen. So the biggest thing is just listen to that voice in your head that says go when an opportunity to challenge or attack arises. And if you ignore it, you can't really hone it. So the only way to make it more accurate is to go when it says to go sometimes, and to screw up a lot of times. Because then the next time in that situation, hopefully your brain won't tell you to go. That's how you really make it work, and that's how you get a better sense of whether you can beat somebody through the ball or not. So I don't know if that makes sense, but this has really helped me to just really be thinking about this while I'm playing Rocket League. And this has helped me when I'm in a slump. A lot of times I'm in a slump because I'm just playing lazy and playing slow. All right, guys, the last thing that I want to go over to help you learn to play faster Rocket League is a drill that I see pros doing quite a bit. Almost all the pros seem to do this before they jump into a ranked match or play at all. And it's basically a ball chasing drill that you do in free play. So the gist of it is that you go into free play and you hit the ball as fast as you can, over and over and over again, no matter what the situation, no matter where the ball is. Now, you obviously don't want to hit it into the goal over and over again if you want to keep it going, but that's really the idea of it. And you use all of your skills, your recovery skills, mechanics, positioning, whatever it is, to get you to the ball as fast as you can, and then get you to the next ball after you've hit it. And I know this kind of seems like it would cause you to ball chase, but it really doesn't. When pros are playing, they're always looking for the next potential touch after they hit it. They do whatever they can. They use the walls, the ceiling, whatever means necessary to get them to the next shot, or to get them to the next place that they need to be in. Unless they obviously hit it way out of their own reach or purposely pass it to a teammate. Regardless, this is a great way to warm up before playing, to really get you focused and in that mindset of playing fast. Now, this will be hard for a lot of you. It's really hard for me most of the time. It just feels slow. And if you do feel that way, then this is where you need to be. If you feel like you just can't get to the ball as quickly as you like, or you're just not, in free play hitting the ball around the way that other higher level players do, maybe you're flopping on the ground or losing all your momentum, or just hitting bad shots in general, that's great. That means that this is what you need to be doing, so just keep doing it, and your speed will improve a ton, I promise you. Because remember, speed is not about actually moving your car faster. Speed is about positioning your car where it needs to be and gaining a better understanding of how the ball reacts with the ball and how it reacts with other players. This is just a great way to give you that natural feel of what happens in a game, and it's a great way to warm up. All right, guys, thanks for watching this one. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.